Yo, what's good my fellow Magic Knights? It is your boy DEADMANVINCE back with yet another Black Clover mobile video. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content lately. Also, really appreciate you guys giving me good growth on my channel in general and also on my global release date, my kind of like little discussion, like topic type of video. Yeah, that video actually turned out to be 8 minutes at first. And then I just started talking my shit and you know, it ended up being like a 30-minute video, but I'm glad that you guys are enjoying that though. I'm glad that it paid off. Today, I kind of just want to speculate and go over what we could be seeing for the half anniversary because that is coming up in like less than a month now. Literally, the season's gonna reset pretty soon here, and we're gonna be looking at the next season, or not even next season, just the next celebration, basically. But just a few things that I want to get off top. I do feel that we will be getting our second limited character. Julius was the first limited character with the 100-day celebration, and with limited character comes busted ass abilities. So definitely be on the lookout for a busted ass character, and I have an idea of who the character could be. Also, I just want to talk about some events that they should run in the game and some events that will be running in the game. So let's talk about the half anniversary banners first, but not the one during the half anniversary, the banners leading to the half anniversary. We got a forum post about that last night. So this actually came out last night while I was streaming. Definitely go check out my streams too. It was lit last night, yo. Appreciate everybody who popped out. But yeah, I read this last night during my stream. This came out like, and I was on this like 3 minutes afterwards because they posted it on the Twitter, and then I just went and instantly checked the wiki instead, or the forum instead, because I knew that there was going to be something there. So half anniversary is just saying right here. Let me do this. So first of all, we're not just getting the season 1 and 2 banners back. We're actually going to be getting the seasons 1 through 3 banners back, and this honestly is kind of baity, right? It's super bait because there are actually some very good mages that are in the seasons. Like Mimosa was okay. So it's gonna show season 3 first. First you choose season 3, or first season 3 comes out, and that's gonna be from the 23rd. So in 5 days from my time, in 5 days. Or I guess in 4 days, because it's already the next day for Japan, or not actually, not quite. It's like 11:34 in Japan right now. I think once it hits 10 o'clock, it'll be the next day in Japan. So 5 to 4 days, we could see this banner pop up. This one's going to be from the 23rd to the 30th, so a week long. Then after that, we're going to get a season 2 banner back. That one's going to be from the 30th to the 7th of December. So another week there. And also, just so you guys can get your hands on Noelle, because Noelle is going to be season 2, and Noelle is still a very dominating mage in the game. Season 3 is good because Charmy's in there, and I know people want a 5-star Charmy, but baby steps, don't go crazy. So many, like, I know these banners are actually good, but it's just like, we don't know what's coming for the half anniversary, and it could be the best character that we've gotten so far. It should be the best character we've gotten so far. It's a half anniversary. Obviously, it's not going to be the hypest of characters because it's not the full anniversary, but I'm going to give my little input on what we could see, who we could see for the full anniversary as well. But we got these seasonal banners coming back, very good, and also it's very early into the course of the game. This is the half anniversary, and we're already getting like 3 seasonal mages, or 3 seasonal banners to come back, and all 3 of these banners right here actually have 3 units to them each. Season 4 has 3 units to it. Then seasons 5 and 6 have 2 mages to it. So it looks like this is going to be very beneficial in the future here, especially when we get to those banners that only have 2 mages, and it's a lot easier to acquire what you're trying to acquire. Let's read a little more information on it. In the custom pickup gacha, you can use gacha tickets to draw a gacha with an increased emission rate for the selected mage or mage skill page. The mage or skill page you pick to be selected can be selected up to once a day. When you draw the gacha 200 times, you will be guaranteed to get that selected mage or mage skill page. You will be able to reselect your pickup target every day at 4 AM. For the details on the gacha, please check out the announcement of each season's reprint custom pickup gacha that will be released at a later date. Now, the way that this sounds to me is, you will be summoning on this banner, and the banner will go up to 200, the full like rotation, so you can get the mage guaranteed, right? But it sounds to me like while you're summoning, if you get the mage early or the skill page early in the banner, then it sounds like the next day that comes around, you can actually reset the mage guaranteed for you at the end. That is what I'm picking up from that. That's how that sounds, which is really good, because if you do want Charmy, right, and you choose her to be the last mage, and then you do like 4 or 5 summons, and you get absolute god tier luck, you can actually, and you get like 3 copies of Charmy in that. You've already gotten Charmy 2-star. I'd say you've already summoned Charmy enough, because once you unlock that extra little passive where she's just healing passively without doing anything, then that's when Charmy starts to get really ridiculous, right? So then at that point, you could either switch to another character if you wanted to, or you can switch to Charmy's skill page and keep going, and then if you get all the way through the rotation, because not all free-to-play players are going to do that, and honestly, I don't recommend doing that. But if you're going to do it, you're going to do it, right? I can't stop you. If you're going to do that, then you can possibly get Charmy's skill page picked up at the same time. But since they're bringing back these seasons in this fashion, I feel like, since they're already like just kind of like recycling these characters, right? I feel like in the future we're going to, because you know, look at Dokkan, look at Grand Cross, right? Every time there's a special celebration, they're just a set of like old ass characters that you can just always get in the celebration. It gets to a point where you can just get them for free, literally. So I don't know that this is the right choice for players, unless you are absolutely missing a mage in this stack up, or there's like your favorite mage in this stack up, or you know, you feel like your account really cannot progress until you get one of these mages. This one, and let's go down and look over the characters again. For season 3, we have Asta right here. Asta is a very good mage, a very good defender. He has pretty beefy stats. He has that ability on his skill 2. If he skill 2 transfers 1 debuff to allies to himself. Okay, so every ally can have a debuff. He transfers all those debuffs to himself, and then he just removes all debuffs from himself. And if he removes debuffs from himself, he grants himself immortality for 1 turn. So he's already got beefy ass stats. He's got good defense, good HP. He has really high HP stat actually. If you can do that and get the debuff off of your allies, you can debuff them, which would cleanse a little bit on your allies, cleanse him completely, and give him immortality, so he's guaranteed not to die that turn, unless you have season 2 Yuno, which people don't tend to utilize too much, so I don't think you have anybody that's going to take away that immortality. His skill page as well, you can pick his skill page in the banner as well. You can pick skill pages too. Charmy, phenomenal mage. This move right here is healing over time on 1 person. This right here is healing over time on everybody. This right here is healing over time on everybody, just even bigger healing. I don't really use her combo skill too much, but I'm pretty sure it recovers like SP for a mage. This passive right here, this is the one from Awakening. This one is going to be every time somebody on your team takes a turn, the ally with the lowest HP heals back 3% of Charmy's maximum HP. That's why you want to build Charmy up with big ass HP, get those big heals back for those mages that are like attackers and DPSs and everything, because healing a certain percentage of Charmy's health is like nearly like a full heal, definitely at least a halfway heal. This right here is going to just increase her HP by an extra 10%, so definitely get her LR. Obviously you want to do that always. Her skill page as well. Vanessa, whenever she dropped, I said that Vanessa is kind of like, I said that Asta's good, Charmy's cracked, Vanessa's fun, right? You can have fun with Vanessa. And also another thing to think about is that whenever these guys came out, and don't mind the skill page picture, I didn't scroll down to that on purpose. When these guys came out, we actually got like this little beach event, and it was like literally a whole another little like portion of the game where you could go to. It had its own special events. It introduced new gear to the game. It introduced 2 new skill pages, 1 SR, 1 SSR. I love when they do things like that, and they don't forget about the other rarities, because the other rarities still have opportunities to be good. It's just a matter of, are you going to keep on like feeding us things of those lower rarities and actually make them good, right? But yeah, Vanessa, I don't know that I would say use your guaranteed mage at the end on her, unless you're going for a collector's perspective, because this isn't just for free to plays at this point. This is also for sweats as well. If you're going for like a collector's kind of like perspective, then yeah, if you don't have Vanessa, then go for it. Season 2 is going to be this Yuno. This Yuno is great. He has incapacitate on his ultimate. He has attack reduction on his skill 2. It's like 44% attack reduction, very good. And he also lowers speed with this, I believe. And if you get his skill page, or it's like an extra passive or something like that, let me see, you can actually get an extra 10% damage or attack reduction on the enemy team. So he is like indirectly very good for making your team survive a bit more. So the first skill is actually decreased stamina, not speed. But level 2 attack reduction is 44% on his skill 2. His unique passive is applies an extra 10% attack reduction to all enemies for 2 turns when using skill 2. So you can apply a 10% attack reduction to everybody, and then an additional 44% attack reduction to everybody, making him very good for your survivability, and you know, very good for control as well. I remember when this, you know, dropped, everybody was saying like, is he going to replace Lotus? Is he going to replace Lotus? Or then everybody thought Julius was going to replace Lotus when the leaks gave us incorrect information. Besides the point. But yeah, no, Yuno does not replace Lotus, but he does still have a place. He still has a very good role, I feel like, with the, he just has a different form of control. Everybody knows Noelle. Do I really need to go over Noelle? The first ability is an AoE move that can squash health. This is a shield that you can choose a specific mage. It gives that specific mage a the shield, one, and also gives them like another barrier that is just like negating a fixed amount of damage. Then also, if you hit the mage that you select, if the enemy team hits the mage you select with the counter, then or with the shield, then that mage also has a counter as well. And Noelle can sometimes pop into the battle with a counter off rip. And also this right here is just her ultimate. It hits everybody really fucking hard. Noelle is a great mage. She dominates still in the game to this day. Here's her skill page, of course. Ghosh, I would say, is more niche than cracked, but he still is pretty good. I've gone against him in PvP quite a few times. I haven't used him too much myself. I know this right here gives everybody fortify, which is damage reduction for at the cost of his HP, but if you have a healer on your team, it doesn't really matter. This one's just like a little laser beam right here. I can't remember what this one does, but this move right here was really crazy. He has this buff called Intense Sunlight, and Intense Sunlight increases the damage you do by 5%. I think it can stack up to 3 times, and if you can get it stacked all 3 times, definitely not fun to deal with. This is Asta from season 1. He never was really too impressive to me, but even though he was never too impressive to me, I have used him here and there now in my account, and honestly, I gotta admit, he's not that bad. He's actually pretty solid. I wasn't really too into using him because he has all single targets and not AoEs, and I really wasn't feeling that. But if you kill somebody with his ultimate, he can get another turn, just kind of like Julius, right? So Asta can be very good. I actually summoned like 5 copies of him when I first started playing, and I used his extra duplicates to fuse into other characters, not fuse into other characters, but get other characters to LR, and then and I knew that I was supposed to use his crystals for awakening him and getting him extra stars and everything, but I just kind of didn't care, and I definitely regret it now though, because Vic Gaming actually did a thing where they were going to refund you the black crystals that you used, refund you the character duplicate crystals that you used on certain mages if you use them improperly. And I reached out to them when it was too late. I could have gotten my Asta duplicates back, but I never did, and it is what it is now. This right here is Yami. I love Yami, and that's why it hurts to say this. I've never been too impressed with this Yami. This skill has I'm pretty sure you can't heal with this, and it silences you. This is just like a high damage single target ability. Dude, I don't really use this Yami too much. I feel like there's definitely better options. When you're looking for a DPS that's blue, Julius is going to be better with single target damage. And obviously, Julius wasn't out at the beginning of the game, but still, I was using other mages, and I was making it work. I didn't really care for this Yami. But that doesn't mean that he is a bad mage. Definitely look over, I can go over his skills real quick, because I slept on this Yami, and honestly, I'm still sleeping. His first skill, increased all attack upon having 4 more SP. His second skill, blocks HP recovery and grants 2 SP to himself if you have his skill page. If you have his skill page, it also removes 1 debuff, and when a debuff is removed, attacks after granting 15% increased damage dealt. His skill 3, or his ultimate, inflicts SP -3 and total silence on the enemy, so total silence means they can only use their first skill. His combo attacks after removing a barrier, so that's probably why, that's the only reason why I used him at the start, because I remember they had the Noelle's episode, and she was in the water barrier, and you had to break the barrier before you could do damage to her, so I used him for that. But honestly, I didn't even use him that much for that. I literally used Catherine, to be honest, the rare character. I used Catherine and still got like solid results, and still was able to beat the final level. Then Mimosa was like the best healer in the game. She felt like the only healer in the game at first, because you had SR healers, and Charmy's good, and SR Mimosa's good, but and when I say Charmy, I mean SR Charmy. I definitely take SSR Charmy over SSR Mimosa any day. You can literally watch my content, you don't know that. But basically, Mimosa she has a heal on this ability. This ability is an attack. It heals 1 ally. This ability heals everybody and gives defense, I believe. This ability right here actually can resurrect somebody from the dead. So that's what made Mimosa so insane. She was definitely a very integral piece in the start of my gameplay. Now, this banner is especially important for me, and honestly, I'm over here contemplating. I'm like, man, do I fall for the bait? Because I summon to max out everything, not to just get everything, but I do it a very roundabout way. I wait long term for it, but at the same time, it's just like, these banners are cool, yes. But the half anniversary is coming right after, or honestly, the half anniversary is going to be going on during this. If I summon on the half anniversary and I get the mage, maybe then I'll change my mind and hit the season 1s, because like season 1, I have all their skill pages, and all the skill pages are 0 stars, so only level 1. Mimosa is 5-star, but that's because I used her so much. All the little general crystals we got when the game started, I fused into her. Yami is 2-star. Asta is 0 stars, so that's kind of like big to me. I want all 5 stars. It just looks nice. Ghosh is 5-star, Noelle is 5-star, Yuno is 5-star, because I had to summon 4 rotations to try and get their skill pages. I don't know if I'm going in just for their skill pages, I'm not quite sure. Vanessa's 3-star, Charmy's 5-star, Asta is 2-star, so I could use duplicates for these guys, but it's not as pressing of an issue. Season 1 is where it's really pressing of an issue. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if this banner is your best bet, especially with the half anniversary coming, especially because we don't know what mage is coming yet, and they haven't given us any teaser for any mages yet. Even with Julius, I feel like we got a teaser like pretty early on before he even got here, but besides the point, that is a little bit of what we're getting for the half anniversary. Now I want to talk about some things that I want to see in the game whenever we get that celebration, right? So first thing that I want to see is that we get half stamina back, of course. I know with dispatch mode, the game is also, let me check on dispatch. I know with dispatch mode, it's a lot easier to grind the game out. My dispatch is done in 30 minutes. But even with dispatch mode, you still should give us half stamina just because, you know, that would still save us stamina on the forefront, and we can use that stamina to run a bunch of different events and everything. And I know that people are thinking there's not that many events, but first of all, I want to see another special episode for this half anniversary. This is the perfect opportunity to throw in a special episode because it feels like they took away special episodes because it felt like too much. But now we're 6 months into the game and people are starting to get their bearings, or not starting to get their bearings, but people have already been getting their bearings. So I feel like now is a perfect time to go ahead and throw special episodes back in. It's like gradually work things back in, and we will be able to do all of it again. And especially with you adding dispatch mode, that gives us more time in our day playing the game to going through all these different events. So dispatch mode, definitely a big W, but we need to see special episodes come back because special episodes have rewards for beating each level, rewards for reaching certain like score milestones, and also at the end of it, whoever is like ranked in the highest of ranks gets more rewards as well. That's a lot of rewards that you could be giving out to people that you just kind of took away, and you've taken away some things. I don't say that the game is bad because you've taken away some things. Obviously, there's balances to it. The things that you took away have paved the way for newer things that are also equally as good, if not better. But at the same time, we need to start working back in all these extra contents because that's one of the things that people are complaining about. Vic Gaming is pivoting around things that people are complaining about. So at first they were worried about the grind experience, and they have been working non-stop to improve that grinding experience. And I feel like the grinding experience is finally to a point where it's bearable, right? So definitely put special episodes back. I am an advocate for that, and I'm sure the community would back me on that one. Then right here, we need this dungeon right here. This is the advanced gear stage, which is guaranteed to give you high rarity gear whenever you do a run. But honestly, I'm still a little iffy on how this works because I believe it said you get like SSR, rare, or no, SSR, UR, and LR gear, but SSR and UR gear are useless, so I don't really care for that. And if I run the gear dungeon at a high enough level, I'm already guaranteed to get SSR or UR gear. So it's just like, what do you mean by that when I see that? That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, what do you actually mean by that? I need to see what they actually mean by that before I get all super excited about it. But nonetheless, even if it is the same kind of like drop rates, as long as you can get the gear in a much bigger, like how do I say, as long as you can get a much bigger drop of gear from fewer runs, then it still is an improvement at the end of the day. Maybe not improved to the degree that people want, but I hope that it is improved to the degree that people want. Also, you probably can't dispatch that. Wow, so you can dispatch farm gear and then go do that mission and farm more gear on the forefront and double up on your gear farm. Think about that. Also, guys, I remember I said in my video, I was talking about if you have a team that's weaker than the stage, then would you be able to dispatch it? I have tested it. I've gone in with a team that is weaker than the stage, and I was absolutely able to dispatch it. No problem. Still got the same amount of materials that as I'll usually get. Another thing that we need to see. So let me pull it up on the forum here. Okay, guys, it took a little bit of searching because this wiki is a little grimy, but I found it. When season 3 dropped, we actually got like this event right here, and you can see this is like a whole nother little separate like section of the game, right? And you come to the beach, and it was called the Black Bull Summer Training Story. You can see right here they introduced a new skill page, a new SR skill page. They added a new gear set in, which is like the recovery gear set. There was like a little gauge here. You do the missions and you collect these rewards. There was a little shop to it. There were little achievement missions that you could do. And basically the point that I'm making is there were so many extra rewards to this campaign right here, and we just haven't gotten that, and it just feels weird because, like, bro, you summon the new mages, you get the you get these boosted rates, you know, you do the missions, you get extra like little currencies to use in the shop. There was like and this even introduced a free-to-play battle pass that you could pay with black crystals instead of paying with money. So this right here would give you, you know, gold. Okay, wait, look. You have all the normal stuff just like a regular battle pass, and you get all this extra stuff over here, you know what I'm saying? And this battle pass would give you the new LR equipment that we got. It would give you the new skill pages that we got. Yep, it's our skill page. It was just like, it was very cool. It was very intuitive, right? It was just like, okay, let's introduce a new event, introduce a bunch of new stuff, give you a separate battle pass that you can use, that you can get free to play, and help you get all that new stuff, right? And it's like, we haven't gotten anything like that from this point on. And my only hope is that the reason why we haven't gotten anything like that is because they are working so hard on the half anniversary, and they are working to implement things like that in a much bigger scale way. So what I want to see, have stamina. I want to see Battle Gigas back out. I'm gonna be honest with you, Perkidna is cool. The skill page upgrade materials are fine, but I have 5 of those. So as you can imagine, I am not tired of getting them, but I want more of the character crystals, and I only have 3 of those. So I want Battle Gigas back, or if they're gonna add a new final boss in, make sure the rewards are good, because I remember they added that final boss, the blue one that looked like Battle. It was a blue Battle Gigas, bro, and the rewards were kind of dog shit. So I didn't really care too much about that one. It was cool, I guess. Like, it was a different kind of style of subjugation battle, but no, stick to what's good, stick to what works. Give me Battle Gigas, or give me a newer fight that's a little challenging in general. I don't want to say a little challenging and put degrees of challenge on that, but make it challenging, make the rewards worth it. Give us an event that I'm not just doing for the rewards, but an event that I want to do it and I want the rewards, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely we need this little battle pass, this little extra side battle pass, a side campaign, side little reskin, whatever going on, right? Then we have the mage banners. We have the mage popularity poll banner that's coming, the banner where we pick, as players, we each pick 5 different mages. Those 5 mages will get compiled into a list, not those 5 mages, but from all these mages, we will get a list compiled of the top 10 mages. Those 10 mages will have boosted rates on a banner during the anniversary. That's going to have like a separate banner where you can just straight up summon on, and it's also going to have a reroll banner to it as well. So I'm probably not summoning on this banner at all. I'm probably just going to do the reroll banner for this banner, because I have like majority of these. I have all of these characters. I don't even know why I said majority. I have all these characters. I have a majority of these characters 5-star though. So I don't know if I'm going to actually put black crystals on this, especially when they let me do it for free already. Plus, you know, we don't know what the half anniversary itself is. Half anniversary unit is going to be itself, but since we've gone through banners and special events and half stamina and everything, let's go ahead and speculate on who I think the half anniversary mage could be. Now, y'all may not like the idea of this, but I could see Vanessa being the half anniversary mage, and let me tell you why. Right now, we are in the Witch Queen's Forest, and we know that we're about to get a very big fight between Asta and Ladros. That's not coming until like chapter 10 though, and by the time it's coming for chapter 10, you know what I'm saying, they could literally skip a chapter next month, something like that. They've done it before, so they could do it again, who knows. But I feel like Asta or Ladros could be like, or honestly both of them, I feel like they could be like the first anniversary like units, right? And they definitely would not use them for the half anniversary, especially because we're not even going to get to the point where they're doing that yet. Now technically Vanessa is way after that, because after that goes on, Asta pulls back up. The Witch Queen is like, yo, I awakened your dormant power, but I'm also in control of you. And then she makes Asta try to swipe the black bulls. Vanessa awakens her true magic and stops everybody from dying over and over again. Spoiler warnings, I'm sorry, I guess I'm too late for that. But basically, Vanessa is after that, but I feel like she is a mage that is definitely hype enough, at least with the thread of fate. With Rouge, the thread of fate, bro, that was busted. When I first saw that, I was like, what in the fuck? Like, Vanessa, how do I say this? Vanessa's not one of my favorite characters, but I still like Vanessa very much. She has a very big personality. But Vanessa is still not a hype character. But I gotta admit, when I saw Rouge and I saw her way, the way her magic actually works, I was like, yo, I can't front. That shit is kind of insane. Like, I was paying a lot more attention to Vanessa as a character when I saw that. So I feel like that admonishes enough hype for Vanessa to be the half anniversary mage, because we've seen things like that before where, you know, look at Grand Cross. We've gotten mages way before that. We got Full Wings King before he even showed up in the story. And this would be getting Vanessa like right before she shows up in the story. Not even way before she shows up in the story. It would be close enough to where like you get the celebration out, and then like her banner drops, and you can drop some other mages, right? But it's like, I feel like she'd be a good choice for like hype on the half anniversary. Now, I was speculating like maybe it's Asta, maybe it's Ladros, but luckily the way they're spacing it out, those are going to be used for a bigger celebration. You can already tell. I'm very excited for that. I'm very happy for that. But I think Vanessa, I mean, isn't a no-brainer, but Vanessa will be a good choice. But it's got to be a celebration. It's got to be the half anniversary, and it's got to, you know, link to the story, I feel like. So I definitely think that we need to have a mage that is in the Witch Queen Force somehow, somewhere. And we already got Fauna, and we already got the Witch Queen. So it's just like, who is it going to be? I couldn't tell you. Unless we're getting a half anniversary SSR Fonzel, and let me tell you, who would be happy with that? No one. Nobody has ever in all of my lineage of meeting Black Clover fans, ain't nobody ever pulled up on me and said, hey, yo, Fonzel's that guy. Like, no, nobody's doing that shit. And honestly, Fonzel is a chill dude. Fonzel is a good character. But how much screen time does this man have in the entirety of the story? Honestly, when you first meet Fonzel, he feels kind of like a random drifter. You're just like, this guy taught us how to use a sword. And then you see him fight for a little bit in the arc, and you're just like, okay, you know what? He checks out. Because he didn't just teach Acha how to use a sword. Because that seemed kind of bullshitty at first. But then when you put extra credibility behind him by, you know, letting us know that he also trained all of the kids in the Diamond Kingdom when they were on the come up, and Mars is OP, fucking Ladros was OP, and this man trained both of them. So it's just like, Fonzel's cool, but he not cool enough for a half anniversary for a game that's trying to keep itself afloat right now because they shot themselves in the foot with release dates and non-communication. But those are some of the things that I need to see in the half anniversary. Not even I want to see, I need to see. We need to see half stamina. We need to see that new arena game mode pop in. We need a special episode. We need a special campaign to go over. Also, I don't even care that the DICE event is going on right now. Give us another DICE event, bro, or another event where we can get really good rewards like that. I mean, there's always going to be like one of those little campaigns for getting extra rewards. Give us all those little missions where if we do, say we do subjugation battle a certain number of times, we get a little milestone like reward type of like gauge and everything. Like, give us all of that. Yo, Vic Gaming, I know that you're working on things. I know that you're trying to improve the game, but hear me right now. I know you guys like to pretend that you don't see my videos even though I'm the mightiest Magic Knight. Doesn't matter. Bro, Vic Gaming, hear me out right fucking now. If you want this game to turn around, you will absolutely cake it on for this celebration, bro. It is 6 months into the game. People have gotten the mages worked on that they want to work on. People haven't worked on the mages, that's on them. They cannot complain at this fucking point. We've had ample time, and you've taken away extra content so that we could focus on certain things, right? So, it does not matter to me not how the player base feels, but everybody who complained about grinding and then the grinding got easier and you still didn't grind and you want to complain more, you're just a sulker. You can sulk off to the side, no one fucking cares. Vic Gaming, you need to cake on all of these events because there are people who are playing this game and they need to be rewarded for playing this game. So many people who call this game dead, which doesn't matter. So many people say this game is gonna flop, which doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they say because they're not the developers behind the game and they don't know how much effort you're putting into the game. So please show us the efforts that you've been putting in. Vic Gaming, quite literally, surpass your fucking limits right here, right now. Half anniversary has to be the turnaround point. Also, the half anniversary is going to be going on literally around the same time, at the same time as Global's release. So even Global could catch a little backdraft from this and get some little, oh, it's the anniversary, it's the half anniversary in JP, and like we're celebrating that on the Global side too. Here's a little extra shit so you can summon some more, right? It's like, bro, all the breaks are necessary. And also, it goes vice versa. We can get some extra rewards because the Global version dropped, and it could be like a celebrating the Global version release, right? So give us rewards all around. Give us events all around. Cake it on. People want events. People are tired of not having events. And honestly, I'm not that tired because I just grind everything. But now that we have dispatch mode, we don't have to sit there and farm everything up like that anymore. We can farm in the background. So go ahead and start working to put in events. I feel like they're going to put in a lot of events because they smart enough or interesting enough, they released dispatch mode right before the half anniversary. So that gives me a sign that we're going to be getting a multitude of events. But that is my input for the half anniversary, guys. I really, really, really hope you enjoyed this video, and I really, really, really hope that Vic Gaming can surpass their limits and lock the fuck in to retain a player base, because you have already shot yourself in the foot a couple times. Do not do that shit again, or it will be grim for you. I will do my work. I will put Black Clover Mobile on my back and walk like Atlas with the planet to make sure that the game is where it needs to go. But there's only so much I can do when y'all won't surpass your fucking limits. It's like Yami said, with all of my crew members surpassing their limits, I as a captain need to surpass my limits. Vic Gaming, be Yami, surpass your limits. That's all I got to say for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, go down below, smack that like button. Also, you can hit that subscribe and hit that notification bell, man. I be dropping videos, I be dropping knowledge, bro, and people be fucking with it. You could be another person who fucks with it, bro. You never know. So go ahead and get tapped in with the dead man. But yeah, I'm excited for the half anniversary. I know that this is going to be a turnaround point for the game and global as well. And I love you guys. We are a community, and we need to be tight like a community, and we need to be unified like a band of Magic Knights. So that's going to be it for your boy DEADMANVINCE. I have to go to fucking work. Peace out.